We're live.
We're live. Hi, guys.
Hi. How are
Welcome.
y'all? Welcome. Cheers.
Wellness Wednesday.
Wellness Wednesday with Spindrift.
Spindrift. Oh,
They
Spindrift.
sent us a whole box.
They sent us so much
Goodness.
Spindrift. I'm like, I cannot even tell you. I'm so excited.
So this one's new.
Yeah, this one's new. It's called a Nojito. I mean, the name.
How smart.
Yes, it is just carbonated water, lime juice, and mint. It is delicious. So I'm so excited about that.
And then I went a little more refreshing. Peach strawberry, which I've never had. This is fantastic.
That's what I had last week, right?
Yep. Carbonated water, peach puree, strawberry puree, and citric acid. So clean, crisp.
Yes.
So
love it.
good.
Go find your Spindrift.
This is our number one choice when it comes
Always.
to sparkling water.
Mm-hmm.
So today we have decided that we're going to kind of reel it in a little bit. We've talked about a lot of topics that we want to start with, but we both agree that there is a very important topic that is the baseline, the root, the foundation, all of those of living a healthier lifestyle, and that is, I'll let you take it.
Oh, crap. Sorry.
I'm just kidding.
Just wasn't prepared.
I
I
was
was
just
more
gonna go.
along the lines of thinking that like we matched, but we didn't play on it.
Yeah, I was kind of looking at that too. I was like,
Sorry. My head was not in it. We are talking about the baseline.
accountability,
Accountability.
community.
It's huge.
It is.
It's helpful. It's completely needed when you are kind of like overhauling or just trying to get what we've talked about, like 1% better every day. When we're talking about wellness, whether you're on a health journey, whether you've been on one, whether it is after a diagnosis, or just because you want to do better for yourself, for your family, whatever it is, you need to be held accountable, but it's also good to be able to hold people accountable with you along that, to have that sense of community, so you don't necessarily feel alone. It's overwhelming. We've talked about that. Like when you are transitioning to clean eating, or even when you are starting to work out, if you haven't done that, if you're overhauling your products, you do feel completely overwhelmed,
isolated.
You feel alone, kind of when you've had like these aha moments of, I can't believe I've been lied to about ingredients.
Right.
All of those things, you do start to feel like, am I the only one that sees this? But I can tell you, there are so many people. There's probably people in your family or friends that feel the same way, and then there's a vast majority of them that do not.
100%. We were actually just talking when I walked in before we hopped on. Like,
Yeah.
both of us have lost friends. We have had broken or, what is the nice term, I guess, just drifting apart of
Yeah.
a lot of like even very close relationships simply because of our choice to make healthier choices.
Yeah. And you just start to like, and we talked about it, is that you kind of start to see what that relationship was based off of, what that friendship was based off of. And I said a lot of it for me was like just the going out.
Yeah.
Like it was just like, that was predominantly where the common ground was. It's like we went out and had fun together, but there was nothing at the surface.
Yeah.
And then when you start to kind of unlock those things, like, well, you know, I'm not drinking anymore, or I really would prefer to go to a different restaurant because I just I want to have something I can eat. Not necessarily that it's like so many dietary restrictions. You're just kind of like, I just want something healthy and maybe not fried.
Right. And yes, it is okay, Whitney. That's very true. It is okay.
Yes.
Like, there are friends, family, some come for a season, some stay for a lifetime. What is that quote?
I don't know. I wasn't prepared. You're throwing a lot of things at me.
I know. Well, I wasn't actually asking you, but I'm
Okay.
trying to like put out there.
Yes.
There is some quote that's something like, you know, some people come in for a season or they can stay a lifetime. Anyways, and that's okay because you know what? You grow each step of the way. You learn, like it helps you learn where you want to be better, how you want to change.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with going your separate ways. But I will tell you, having a community and having accountability will be game changers when you're starting to make the decision to live healthier all around. And like, not even to go on a more granular level, like under your roof, is probably the most important.
Yeah.
Is because they're the people that are with you day in and day out. Like, if John did not support my healthy lifestyle, first of all, that'd be a joke. But if he didn't, oh my gosh, it would be 100 times harder. I have friends from each phase of my life where their significant other, husband, whatever it was not on the same place and was like, well, you can do your thing, I'm gonna do me. But when you struggled with temptation when it came to food, if it's there, you're gonna be sneaking out in the middle of the night to go into the pantry. Like, let's be honest. And it just makes it 10 times harder. So it is so important to have, especially your immediate family, on board. And whether that's food or whether that's completely overhauling everything.
Yeah. And I get that. I get the food end. I mean, when Chris and I first started and did like our first Whole30, I was pregnant, which was a whole thing. But it really was like us going grocery shopping together, meal planning together, doing those types of things. And when one of us wanted to give in and just be like, okay, let's just order pizza and have ice cream. Not saying that you can't do those things, but if you have an end goal in mind, and for me it was I was trying to eliminate the massive amount of headaches I was having during my 4th pregnancy, and there was just no rhyme or reason to it. I cut out sugar and a whole host of other things, and the headaches went away. But
shocking.
I know. That is story for another day.
Yeah.
But if Chris at first he wasn't on board. I was just like, let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's challenge ourselves to 30 days. And we both were just like, okay, that's it. This is how we're going to live. But I get it a lot from customers that come in the store, especially wives, are like, I don't know how to get my husband on board with this. And the easiest way to do it, this is for me, Chris, this was my segue for Chris into it, was that's the product that I put in the shower. That's the product that I put on the bathroom counter. That was the toothpaste that I put there. The hand soap, the dish soap. I just placed these products throughout our house, and nobody looked at it and was like, oh, are we using a new hand soap? No, they just used the hand soap.
Right.
Same with dish tablets and just household cleaners, everything. So I always tell people, just when they run out of something, buy them something better and just replace it. 9 times out of 10, they'll get used to it and they won't even know that it's different unless the product doesn't work or they have some sort of sensitivity to it. Other than that, they're like, my husband loves this.
Yeah. And I mean, there were certain things like John questioned from the get-go. I mean, not that he didn't trust me, but kind of really? Is that really necessary? Like, for one, laundry detergent.
Yeah.
But he quickly saw, he was like, whoa, okay, the scent, he was like, that follows me for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So, but yes, it was just swapping things out. It wasn't even giving an explanation. It was just just do it.
Yeah.
Let them follow. If they want to ask questions, share about it. But I do think just it is so incredibly important to have the people that surround you. And here's the thing. I mean, if we hadn't made the decisions we did, we would never have
we would not. And yes, some of my close friends now are people that I've met because I was on this wellness journey, or it was like-minded people that were going through a breast cancer diagnosis that were really honing in on the exercise, environmental stressors, just living more a low tox, non-toxic lifestyle, having those conversations and saying, wow, this is the research that I've done, and having those conversations. And I think that that's what's most important is you don't know what you don't know. So learning and educating yourself and then having those conversations with other people only opens their eyes up and is like, oh, maybe I should look into that, or maybe I should try that.
Well, aside from the accountability to help you achieve the goals that you want, it's the other thing that I was just thinking about earlier is just you have no idea the influence you can have on someone else just by being transparent, being open, communicating. And let's be honest, as women, a lot of times that can be very difficult. I mean, I went through a period in my life when I was putting on a front of someone that I really was not. And it's transparency and being open and honest about who you are, why you're doing it, like you have no idea the kind of influence, positive influence you can make on someone's life.
And you'll get feedback. You'll get people that will just, every time I go out and I say like, and I just order water or I'm not drinking, people are like, oh, you're not drinking. Oh, why? And I'm just like, just because. Like there's no underlying reason. Same thing when you're eating clean. People are like, oh, you're on a diet? And you're just like, no, I'm just making healthy choices and living a healthy lifestyle. You don't have to be on it. So you're going to get those types of questions. You're going to get called crunchy. All of the things. Yeah. It will be the conversation at Thanksgiving or Christmas is like, oh, well, she doesn't eat that. Or let it be. It's fine. Yeah. Like, it's just people that aren't there yet. And so keep doing you and keep, like, just hold true to why you started, why you're doing it, and your health is the most important thing.
But let me also say, like, I'm going to highlight something you said. Like, when you're at Thanksgiving and someone says, oh, she doesn't eat that. You know what? They've heard you. They acknowledge that you are different. And you know what? 9 times out of 10, I bet you they're curious.
Yeah.
And they're just doing that as a defense mechanism. Wow.
Yeah. I know.
That glow.
Golden hour glow. You want to switch seats?
Wow.
Oh my gosh, I love it. No, the lighting in my
pristine.
Store is top notch.
I told her I might just start bringing food in here to do some food photography. She said, you're welcome to.
I said, please, just leave it. Yeah, as long as I can eat it, then you can bring whatever you want in here.
But in a nutshell, community, people that support you are critical in making the swap. And we are not saying go find the crunchiest people you know and befriend them, but 1% better than yesterday.
Yeah, and it's not about writing other people off. You will just start to see as you share more about what you're doing, you're just going to find your community. You're just going to naturally kind of,
It's a beautiful thing when you do.
Yeah.
It really
go
is.
your own way. It happens to all of us. It happens to the best of us. But you're not alone in that. It's not happening to you. It's happening for you. And that's like what I always told myself. I lost a lot of people through my cancer diagnosis just because of the way that I was going about fighting cancer. And same afterwards. And I never took it as like, I'm the victim in this. They're all doing this to me. I was like, no, this is happening for me. These are healthy boundaries. Yep. This is going to help me level up in my own life and just hit goals and everything that I want to. And it's just not meant that those people come with me. And that's okay. Then you make room for really great people.
And at the same time, you never know what blessings will come out of it.
Yeah.
And there are billions of people in this world.
Yeah. But
you can let a few go.
I know it really does start at home. It starts at like the people that are closest to you. So whether that is your spouse, your partner, whoever, even your children. I have 4 kids. The best thing to do with kids is honestly just present them with the same thing. Make the healthy meals. Use the healthy products, replace the other ones. There is a replacement for everything.
100%.
Trust me, my kids all play sports and they're always like, why can't we have Gatorade? And I'm like, it's not happening. You can have a Numa. Look up Numa. Numa, shout out. No, just kidding.
Shout out Numa.
Just shout out everyone.
I haven't had that.
Numa's amazing. Oh my gosh, you will love them. It is a healthy, like electrolyte sports drink. So it's great.
So it's already pre-mixed.
Yeah, pre-mixed, but they do have like where you can put it in a powder form. You can put it in a water too. But they're fantastic. So there really is a swap out there for everything. It's just about finding it. If you have questions, that's what we're here for too, is like if you are on the hunt for something and you're just like, I cannot give up this thing because I haven't found a replacement. Guarantee you there's a replacement out there. We just need to help you find it. Yeah. And we can do that. So don't let your kids deter you. Get your kids on board. Have the conversations with them too. I don't scare my kids or fear my kids into living this way because they watched me go through a cancer diagnosis. I explain to them why I've chosen to do this, why I've chosen to open this store, why I share these things. And you can also just present the research. There's research to back it up. It's not like we're all just out here.
And just as a reminder, like you just said, I mean, I don't have children, but I have watched friends where their children have said, It may have not been easy to begin with, but their children have looked at them and said, I'm proud of you, mommy.
Yeah.
Thank you for being different, or, you know, whatever it is.
I think it gives them the courage to be different.
100%.
My kids got a lot of slack when they went to traditional school. My kids are homeschooled now, but when they did go to school, they got made fun of with their lunches because they had healthy lunches. And they got made fun of all the time. And they're like, Mom, why can't you just give me a bag of Doritos? I'm like, it's not going to happen. Tell your friends it's not happening, but offer them a grape. Yeah. Like, ask them if they want some cucumbers. Yeah. But like, no, you're not going to get Doritos in your lunch. It's just not happening. So then they just kind of got over it. And they were like, yep, okay, make fun of me because I have fruits and vegetables in my lunch. Like,
small changes over consistent time create habits.
Yes. Stay accountable. Find your community. We are your community.
Yes. We are here.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay.
We will see y'all next week.
Next week.
Bye. Bye.